The date is March 9th, 2012, and this is Daily D&D. Thank you guys for joining me today. As you can see, we're doing a bit of a different angle because I didn't want to set it up. Trying to do a quick record on my lunch, so let's get going. Today, we're going to be talking about other RPGs. I talk a lot about D&D, in fact, named the channel about D&D, but there are a lot of other RPGs out there, and RPGs are totally cool. And so, the RPGs that I've played, I might have talked about this before in one of my first videos, but the first first RPG that I really played was one that my dad had made up. He came up with some stats and some basic skills and stuff, and it was an interesting experience using what he had done about D&D, and he came up with a cool magic system too. And so that was my first real role-playing experience. And then I would say the second one is I bought a copy of the Mutants and Masterminds. I think it was 3rd edition manual, and read through that and made a ton of characters, and it was a lot of fun. I don't think I had the combat entirely figured out, but I tried to run some of that in like a small home group. And I did the same with the Tracy Hickman's Extreme Dungeon Mastery and the XD20 system. I tried to run a little small home game with a couple of friends once or twice, and it was okay. It was an interesting thing, but it never really stuck with me. I've played the Star Wars RPG, the D20 and the D6 editions, once for the D20, and then 2, maybe 3 sessions for the D6, and it was interesting, but you know, I wasn't horribly enthralled. I liked a little bit of their systems, but I don't know. I just didn't get into it as the other people did. And that brings us to D&D, which is my, I will say it's the current thing that I'm doing, because I play a lot of D&D, and I like D&D. And hey, look, I run a YouTube channel. You guys should totally check that out sometime. In the future, though, there are a lot of things that I would like to try. Last night I spent some time with a friend looking over, an online wiki with a downloadable PDF manual for a Pokemon RPG. That looks okay. It's an extremely odd balance between a lot of things that you have to figure out. And they had something that looked playable. It didn't really look like what we wanted to play, though. And so we're trying still to figure that out. Yeah, and it's one thing that I would like to do. And then another thing that I think would be interesting, and I have basics of an idea of a system set up in my head, but that would be for a Tron RPG. Because when I was in the theaters watching Tron Legacy, I saw the movie as a role-playing session. And, it had 3 races, it had a ton of classes, and it was just really cool to see it like that, and I wanted to game in that world. It was all I could think about during the movie, was I want to game in that world. So that was pretty cool, and I would still love to do that. Another one that I think with my next paycheck I will be picking up a copy of is the Doctor Who RPG. Now, one of the things about, that I learned from the Star Wars RPG, one of the rules the DM set out, that I would definitely carry through the Pokemon and the Doctor Who RPGs, is that you can't ever meet the main characters of the source material. Main characters just never work. Side characters never work. Everybody in that, you can play in that universe all you want, but you can't interact with known elements of it, because the interactions just don't work. You expect people to act in certain ways, and it just makes it odd, because the DM can't roleplay the NPC that way, and the party can't roleplay the NPCs that way, because it's somebody else's character. You really can't do justice to somebody else's character. We can barely do justice to our own characters. I also have a 2d6 superhero system that I came up with on my other channel. That's pretty cool. In fact, I'll probably end up going through my old channel and taking a lot of the videos of D&D that I did and rework them into D&D, daily D&D updates. So that would be pretty cool, and I think I will do that eventually. But not today. Today, you guys are getting this. So if you liked the video, hit the like button down below and leave a comment, even if you didn't like it. And hey, if you like getting a daily dose of D&D, there's a subscribe button down there too. Click on that, and I will come to your YouTube subscription box in the nick of time, just like the Doctor does in the TARDIS. My name is Matt Wankow. This has been your daily dose of D&D. You guys stay online, and I will see you next time.